Greg Roden, Larry Ward. Today we're at the Springfield local high school here in New Middletown, Ohio.
Perfect day. They got lucky. The last 2 days it's been raining, and it cleared right up for this show. You couldn't ask for a better time.
You got that right.
Not only that, but all the money raised today, a donation of $5 gets you inside. It's for the Michael Fox Foundation. $5 also scores you a hot dog, a bag of chips, and I'll tell you what, it's a spooktacular out here with all the kids in the costumes.
A lot of candy out here too, huh?
Yeah, and it's all melting.
I'm not taking yours. Larry's is all melted in his car.
It's all right. You just get a big ball of chocolate and put it in your face.
I love chocolate. I love chocolate.
Yeah, I can't bring that home. The wife will say, well, I thought you were supposed to be watching that. And I said I watched every piece I ate.
Well, I tell you what, it looks like we're going to get a good turnout. What are we going to do, Larry?
I think we're going to go see some more cars. Ready?
We're not going to go down the road?
No, we're going
to check it out.
We're going to go check them out.
Hey, let's go inside and check it out. Here we are in New Middletown, Ohio. We got Doug Bear with us, the coordinator of this show. Hi, Doug.
How you doing today?
You got lucky. I'll tell you what. You got very lucky.
We ordered 1 day a year at 70 and sunny, and we got it.
You got it. It's been raining the past few days around here. And
This is our 14th year to have an event, and we have had good weather on every one. We had a shortened one years ago by about an hour to keep the rain. But 14, we've had good weather.
Why'd you start this for? Any special reason? The monies?
It was my nephew, and it's a foundation for my nephew. It's Michael Fox Remembrance Foundation.
Okay.
He had gotten killed in an automobile accident in 2006 at 22. He was a go-kart racer, and we just decided that we needed to do something good out of something bad. So we started the foundation so that we give away a scholarship every year to BMW Racing School that sends a kid down there for 2 days to learn all car handling on brand new BMWs. It's in Greer, South Carolina.
Oh, pretty cool. So this has nothing to do with the Michael J.
Fox Foundation. Nothing.
So this is Michael Fox.
Fox, yes. Yes.
Okay, if someone wanted to contribute, how would they contribute?
There's a website. It's the michaelfoxfoundation.com, and you can go on the website, and all the contact information is on the website.
Good, good. How many cars are you expecting here today?
I want 500, but I think I maybe...
Can you hold 500 here?
I think so. We scoped it yesterday. I think we can get 500 in here, but...
We're not only talking cars. We're talking
tractors.
We're talking tractors and semis.
Semis,
Yeah, we were
motorcycles, tractors. We get a little bit of everything here.
I was fascinated by the semis up there in the other parking lot. Boy, those are nice.
They are nice trucks. They are nice trucks. Those guys take great care of them.
They're just like car guys. They love their trucks.
They do. They just... It takes me 3 spots for them where I could have 3 cars in.
Yeah. Nice lettering on those trucks too.
Well, thank you. Actually, I'm some of those I'm responsible for.
Oh, you lettered them? Okay.
Yeah, my business letters them.
Okay, so you got a steady hand there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how I get them here. I bribe them into making sure they come.
You do any pinstriping or anything like that?
Actually, we do have a pinstriper on. I don't pinstripe, but we actually have a pinstriper here. He's doing a bike right now.
Okay.
So it's a great day out. It's trick or treat. Actually, we have people in costumes. We have costumes, and it's a Halloween theme.
Good.
So
Good.
we'll have it every year. It's a second. It's a second. It's the second week in October, the second Sunday of October every year.
Okay, in New Middletown, Ohio.
At the Springfield High School.
Springfield High School. I got that mixed up before.
Yep.
I'm not from around here, so I didn't realize. I know it's in New Middletown, but then all of a sudden I said Springfield High School, so that's what they call it.
It is Springfield Local High School.
Okay. Doug, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you guys for coming, and please go out and enjoy. And if you guys have any questions, you know where to get me.
You got it. Thanks, bud.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hi everybody, Larry Ward. Welcome to Armstrong Street Scene Power Hours coverage of the Spooktacular at Springfield Local High School. Joining me right now is Mickey Nuzzo, longtime friend, club member of the MVC, Mahoning Valley Corvettes, and of course we're standing here with his beautiful 1956 Chevrolet. Mickey, tell me all about it.
Well, I guess I could start off by telling you where I got it from, Lake Havasu, Arizona. I've had it about 5 years now. Universal Paints painted the exterior for me. Portage Trim did the interior. Harlan's Automotive did the motor. And we have a 383 stroker here, dynoed at about 450 horse, 440 torque, 700R automatic transmission, air conditioning, power disc brakes all over, Foos wheels, and my new Michelin tires.
I'll tell you what, Mickey, I know you've got some really nice cars. One of them's a Corvette, but I see you most often driving the 56. Why is that?
This is my favorite, Larry. No offense to Corvette owners. My wife drives the Corvette for me when we go to shows. She loves to do that. She loves the Corvette over this, so I take this. And I also have my friends that I go with that have old cars. We've been lifelong Struthers High School cronies, and we kind of stick together.
You know, those Wildcats, they do stick together. You know, Mickey, this is a perfect example of a classic car that has been upgraded to be sort of modern with the 700R4 and the air conditioning and all the other amenities, what makes it a great driver. But I noticed that when you come to the shows, people just gravitate to this car. What do you think's so special about it? Is it the paint?
I gotta tell you, everybody talks about the paint. Bobby Swarm, who owns Universal Paints, just did a wonderful job on this car, as he does with every car. And I think that's the most outstanding thing. Also, people comment on the colors. The colors are unique to this year, and everybody likes them.
Well, Mickey, I want to thank you for showing us the car at the Spooktacular event. I also want to thank Mickey Nuzzo for being a veteran, a Bronze Star Award winner, and certainly a good friend. Mickey, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it.
Here we are. We got Don Snyder with us. Don Snyder III. Huh?
Yep.
Remember Don? Don, a good friend of the show, showed us his collection numerous times. And you run what? The Model A shop, right?
Antique Auto Parts, Snyder's Antique Auto Parts, yeah.
That's the biggest shop like that in the world, right?
Yeah, we're the largest in the world now. We're just doing Model A and Model T Ford parts from 1909 to 1931.
Is there still a big demand for all that?
Still quite a demand. There's a lot of, you'd think the cars would have dried up by now, but they just keep, the barn finds keep coming out of the woods.
And they keep, this is worldwide though, right?
Oh yeah.
Where's a lot of your business from?
A lot of it's United States, but we also do we ship worldwide. So a lot of it's in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, a lot in South America. A lot of countries you wouldn't think that they built Model A's and T's. They're still out there.
Well, they only made how many of them?
A lot.
Yeah, millions and millions of them. So they're out there. Hey Don, what we got here? This is really nice. This is I always like to get something different, and this is very different. A 32 Ford Highboy 3-window coupe.
Right.
Very nice. And look at this engine. What do we got here in this engine?
What we got, it's a BT4 Cummins 4-cylinder. I always wanted to build a 32 3-window Highboy, and I want something different. So many of them you see, they build rat rods out of them when they do the diesel motors, but I wanted to do something clean and neat, and that was a real struggle with this project because there's just not a lot of stuff out there to neaten them up. So it was quite a project, quite an undertaking.
Yeah, so we see a lot of 32s around. They're the coolest thing around. I just love the 32s, and this is the Highboy, so it sits above the frame, so people don't know, right?
Right. No fenders.
No fenders, right? And this body. Tell me about the body. Where'd you get the body?
The bodies are made down in Southern Ohio by a place called Brookville Roadster. They make the 3-window. This is an all-steel body. It's chopped and channeled. It's channeled over the frame to set the body down lower. Brookville's been making these bodies for, I don't know, probably 10 years now.
Pretty nice. It's just like, so what you do, you basically, in fact, I ran into these guys over in Hershey Fall Meet the past couple of days, and they were selling them out there, and I said, that is the coolest thing. All you got to do, I know they're not cheap, definitely not cheap, huh? They're not cheap. They sell you basically everything, huh? Not the engine or anything, but it's...
they'll build the frame for you. They'll build the body up as you want it, chopped, channeled, and they have different options as far as floor pans and however you want the thing set up. Like this has a cowl vent in it. You can get them without cowl vents. They just have a lot of different options. And then when they build suspension and chassis, you just pick what you want, and they'll source and kind of assemble everything. When I had this one built for me, I took the motor down with my motor mounts that I had made for it, and they built the frame accordingly for me.
Where'd you find a 4-cylinder Cummins at? I've never heard, I'm not much of a motor guy or myself, but I always hear the big ones, like in the trucks now, they're 8 cylinders and stuff like that, big engines.
This is what they call the BT4 4-cylinder. This motor actually came out of a genset at Pittsburgh Airport. I bought off Craigslist. The guy was selling it.
What did they use it for?
Power generator at the airport.
So this thing ran.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what those diesels do.
Yeah. You get hours and hours on these motors, and they last a long time. But a full throttle custom up in Boardman built the motor for me with the new turbo and all the goodies on it.
So you're not really up for speed on this then, right?
No, it's not a real fast car, but it's got a lot of torque.
Right.
It's a torquey motor. They're under 100 horsepower stock. This one's about 270 horsepower.
Get you around though, on this light body. This thing can't weigh more than what? 2,000 miles?
It's around 2,200, I would say, with the motor.
It's very good looking. It's definitely different, definitely
that was my goal.
In the suspension and everything, we got disc brakes on this baby in the front.
Disc brakes are kind of camouflaged behind the Buick Finn style drum, so it's got discs on the front and drums on the back. It's got the old buggy type spring. I wanted to have the old look, so we didn't go independent suspension or anything like that.
Don, this is the beauty. I love it. Just stopped me cool. I go, boy, this is nice. This is sharp. I would feel real comfortable in this. I'm not into the big engines with the big headers coming out of it. I just like the comfortable engines. I can get to A to B, and this looks like it. But I don't know if I ever had something like this, who would fix it,
there's a lot of guys that do custom, work on these custom motors. Full Throttle Customs, like I say, did this for me, and he's got a dynamometer there and can dial it in for you.
And before we leave here, this thing, the guy who made the bodies, what are they, Riverside, you say?
Brookville Roadster.
Brookfield, okay.
Yep.
They asked you to put this in SEMA.
Yes, this car, I was taking my time building it, and they needed a car for the SEMA show to put in their booth, so they kind of put me on the spot and asked me if I'd have it ready. I think it was 2018.
Wow. But that was a thrill, huh?
Yeah, it was nice. Me and my buddy went out there to see it.
Did they ship you down there for free and everything?
No.
No, jeez, come on. God.
We had to pay our own way.
How about the car? They shipped the car down
They took the car out with their semi to put it in their booth.
That's got to be exciting, though. Here you are, one of the biggest shows in the country, and you got your car in there.
Yeah,
Wow, thousands and thousands of people.
It was an honor. It was an honor.
Yes, it was. How fast have you had her?
50.
50?
Yeah, I'm still in the middle of the debugging phase, so we're not hammering on it too hard.
Don, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What a beautiful, beautiful car. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got it.
You're watching Street Scene.
They had spies out there to see because GM wanted to compete with Carroll Shelby. They wanted to go head and head.
That's my license plate. In the state of Ohio, you're allowed to put your license plate on the bumper.
This is around 5,000 or 6,000 horsepower.
5,000 or 6,000.
1,000, yes.
Welcome to Tech Tips. I'm Rick Guerrero along with Adam Pratt from Youngstown Cycle and Speed here over in Boardman, Ohio on Market Street. How's it going?
Good, Rick. How about you?
Very good, very good. We're going to talk about what today? Airbrushing.
Yep.
You guys do a really nice job. Look at this thing. Huh?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, this is actually one of the pieces that brought Matt and I together where we cut different things out of metal and I airbrush them. That's kind of, there's a lot of guys doing this. We're the only ones airbrushing them. One of the cool things we do, we have customers send us pictures of their actual cars, motorcycles, pets, whatever. We do sports teams, whatever they want. Matt will cut them. This is like a standing one here. A lot of these are wall hangers, and I airbrush them. It makes a cool little thing for their car. They can take the car shows, hang them on their wall. Also, we can make them into clocks, do whatever. Mm-hmm. Prices of these start at $65.
They're pretty cool, pretty cool. Very nice. Look at that. A lot of work goes into this. Pretty nice. And also, I see the hood there.
Yeah, we also do, this is how I got my start. So this is a hood that I did recently. Mm-hmm. This is their actual macaw, so it's the actual size. I did all the measurements, head, body, if you spread their macaw out, it's that size.
Oh, it's okay. That's their bird right
That's
there.
their bird, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this was all, I had a couple days into painting it and clear coating it, and it's ready to go out the door, so.
It looks good. It looks good. So you not only do cars, you do bikes, and you do about anything, right?
Yes, sir, we can airbrush on anything. Leather
Okay.
jackets, anything.
Leather jackets too? How's that work?
The paint I use turns into like a latex, so it'll stretch. And you basically just heat set it, clear coat it, and it's done.
And it's done. Oh, I've never seen that before. That's neat.
I've done Jeep roofs, like the tops, a bikini top on a Jeep. I've done all kinds of stuff. Tire covers, do a lot of tire covers.
So how long you been in the area now?
I've been in the area since, 2006. Yeah, I've been doing airbrush work since the early '90s. So I was a kid and wanted to paint my RC cars. So
right. Oh, I was into those too. Those are fun. Yeah.
That's and it exploded out of control.
Oh, that's what usually happens. You know, go crazy. Do you do any drawings or anything? I see some on the walls.
Yes,
over here.
this is not my work. This is all. I support a lot of local artists here, so these are just some buddies of mine that are illustrators and varying artists. We actually sell their work here. But yeah, I do charcoal drawings. I do any medium really. So.
Do we ever see you at any of the local shows?
No, I don't have time, man. I'm a dad. I don't have time for that stuff.
Everybody, Larry Ward, Armstrong Street Scene Power Hour. Hey, live at Spooktacular, and boy, I'll tell you what, we've come across a van that I think everybody had or wanted to have in their life. You know, I've spent more time, Greg, in the back of these things than in the front of them, but I thought I'd talk to Bob Hoover about his experience with them a little bit. Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Hopefully we have a great turnout. The weather's going to be good.
It's better than it was yesterday. Now, I'll tell you what, this to me is a shaggin' wagon. And I'll tell you, it just embodies everything that we grew up with in the 70s and the van movement.
Yes.
And boy, I'll tell you, back when the vans were big, everybody wanted to work at the Lordstown van plant, you know, and building vans and stuff. So tell me a little bit about your van.
Okay, mine's a 77 Dodge. It's originally from Maine. I'm the fourth owner. The second, they passed away, and the second owner had all the information about the van. And so when he heard through, you know, the Facebook and internet that another person had it and it was alive again, he got a hold of me and gave me all kinds of great information. Great guy. Told me about the first couple that had it, and so I had to have all the stories about this van. And I tried to leave it as original from the 70s as possible. The inside is the 70s. The first couple did it with, it's got cactus trim all the way around it, and it's from Baja, Mexico. It's got a mirrored fiber optic mirror on the ceiling that's a sunset, and of course lights above the bed. And that's about it. The murals are from the 70s, but when I bought it, the roof was rusted pretty bad, so we had to redo the roof, and the paint was real bad, and so we repainted it and put the stripes, tried to keep it as close to the original color and the way the stripes were back then.
You know, Bob, one of the neat things about the vans is they were the creators of the miniature homes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's a big deal about having a miniature home, one of those small little, you know, the dining room is the living room is the bedroom is, you know, but if you look inside your van, it's a miniature home. You walk in, the bed's on the left, you got the vanity and stuff in the center of it, and then you got the driver compartment in the front. So tell me a little bit, you've taken any trips, any camping, anything with it?
Yes, we take it, well, actually, the Van Nationals are still going on. I just returned this summer from the 48th Nationals, Van Nationals, which I didn't know still existed from the 70s and early 80s. But they're still going. They're really building up strong. I probably hit 6 van-ins a summer now. There's usually 1 or 2 a month I'm able to go to. And we took this one all the way to Massachusetts because, like I said, it was originally from Maine, and some people contacted me and asked me if I'd bring it to the Nationals. And I said, yeah, that'd be awesome. And it was such a great experience meeting people that remembered it from the late 70s, early 80s, and the original couple that owned it. And so we do take it camping. We usually go out to like Guilford Lake or places like that, but most of the time it's to van get-togethers. They still have weekends, bands, and it's kind of like going back to the past in a way.
Well, I think the lure of having a motorcycle or a van or a custom car or you're biking that. The lure of the whole thing is not only the romancing of the travel, but the people you meet along the way. And even though sometimes we wonder what's going on with the government, and not getting political, but we can tell you that no matter where you go, there's a lot of good people in America.
Yes, there is. There's a lot. And it's really neat just driving this. Half the fun's driving it. And like even today, we passed a group of motorcycles, and they all give the thumbs up. I get that all the time from the motorcycle group, like I'm one of them almost, and so I always give the peace sign back to them and everything. But this van here, it's actually called Desert Lady because of all the cactus and the Western theme, and the murals on the side are all from out west, basically.
I'll tell you what, I want to thank you very much, Bob, for stopping by. Beautiful example of a 1977 Dodge van. Well done, Desert Lady.
From right around the corner here in New Middletown, Ohio, rather. I'm from Pennsylvania. Rusty Persing. How's it going, Russ?
It's going fine.
Russ, this is really nice here. A 1942 Dodge WC truck. It wouldn't be called a power wagon, though, would it?
No, they weren't power wagons until after the war.
Okay. What made you want to get one of these?
Well, I always wanted a military type like vehicle. I thought more of putting it on a modern chassis, but all the parts were here to make it original, so I made it original, and I'm driving around in it now.
Where did you find something like this at?
This one came actually from New York, and the fella had two of them with 50 years worth of parts.
Wow.
Yeah, and I bought it all for one shot, so I've got extra motors, extra frames, extra bumpers, grills, and stuff like that. So
you're going to build another one also, right?
Yeah, it'll be a little different, but it'll be on the
same year and everything?
Yeah, same year.
So what were these built for? I know they're built for the war. They're just like a field truck out in the field. And
this was actually a transporter for, they'd carry munitions, arms, that type of thing. They carried troops. There was a special troop seat thing for them. There were radio cars. They were just whatever they wanted to use them for is what they used them for.
Does WC stand for anything?
Not that I know of. It's just a series of the vehicle.
Pretty nice. You did a lot of work to this thing, huh?
Yeah.
Was it green when you got it like this? It was basically military?
It was mostly military, and we had to get period correct paint, which was something to find in its own, but we were able to find it.
So this is considered a WC5, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's what I was told when I bought it. Nobody knew, but with the title work and everything, I had to go on what he said. One was a WC5 and one was a WC12.
What's really interesting, I caught my eye, was these numbers over here. Which are what?
That's my license plate.
That's your license plate.
In the state of Ohio, you're allowed to put your license plate on the bumper. It has to be front and rear. So, but state of Ohio says I can do it as long as I carry my plate in the car, too.
That's cool. So your plate matches that number and everything?
Correct.
Good. I'm surprised you don't have Ohio up here or something,
I thought about it, but
they don't care.
They said the numbers have to be legible on the vehicle when you drive up to it, so we just copied everybody else that did it, too.
So you've been into military vehicles all your life, or what?
No, not really. I mean, we had some equipment. We had a 6x6, a deuce and a half on, and it was always nifty in the way that the front windshield opened up, and the
air
guards.
Conditioning.
Yeah, air conditioning.
This thing probably doesn't go fast at all, huh?
But in the military, I drove a 5-ton.
Oh, you were in the military? Thanks for your service. Where were you in?
Thank you. I was in the Army.
Okay.
I was drafted, so.
I'm an old swabby.
Well, they asked me. I didn't ask them about that.
Yeah, they asked me at first, too, until, back in the early 70s, you had that lotto system.
That's exactly right.
Right out of high school in 71, my number was 55. And then they stopped it, I think, a year later, and I said, oh, that was close. And then a year after that, I joined the Navy. So
my number was number 4.
Oh, jeez.
So I was going.
With me, I have Mark Slocum from Salem, Ohio. Hi, Mark. How's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good, good. I tried to track you down when we were doing the Salem show a couple months ago.
Too fast for you, weren't
You were. You were going out of town. Like, oh, heck, I wanted to talk to him.
I was running out of town.
Yes, you
Cops
were.
are chasing me.
Yes. What do we have here, Mark?
It's a Cheetah replica. Bill Thompson built it back in the 60s. It was GM product. They were trying to compete with Carroll Shelby at the time, the Shelby Cobra, which didn't last very long, a couple races, but they hung in there to a certain degree. And that's about it. It's just a...
When was that? Like early 70s or something like that?
It was
60s?
late 60s.
Late
yeah.
60s. So basically what they did was this, when they built these things, were they on Corvette bodies or frames and everything?
Well, I'm not sure. They were supposed to be on the underneath the vet suspension when they set them up. But throughout the first couple of years, they've changed a lot of things, just like Carroll Shelby. So when they would come to races in their division, they'd had them modified. So there were so many modifications. Shelby would be over in this one, and the Cheetah would be in a different category altogether. And it's like, well, wait a second. So they had spies out there to see, because GM wanted to compete with Carroll Shelby. They wanted to go head and head. So a lot of races, people would show up hoping to see these races. They never happened. This was in a different class. So who knows what actually ended up with as far as suspension and parts and the whole 9 yards.
So what we're talking here, basically, GM just put a light fiberglass body on the...
Yeah, basically that was it.
And this thing probably weighs, what, a couple thousand pounds?
Yeah, about 2,000, maybe 21 with me in it on a good day.
And where'd you pick it up at?
I bought it close to Salem, Ohio. It was in Lisbon, not too far, 15 minutes from Salem, basically. And the guy took his time building it, and I think he ended up having someone finish the job, and unfortunately he passed away, and it was up for sale, and I ended up with it.
Is this pretty true to what they were like?
They basically, they weren't open. They looked like the Daytona. They had a roof on.
Oh, they had a roof. They had a roof on them. Okay.
But they did come out with some that didn't have roofs on them. So yeah, the racing ones, they look like Daytonas with the roof, and hard to get in, hard to get out.
So what are we sporting under the hood here?
Small block 350. There's nothing spectacular about it.
Sounds good though when you
Yeah,
pull
it's
in.
healthy. It has a little cam, and it's nothing I'd take to the drag strip, but
You're just having fun with it,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
That's what it's all about. I'm not going to ask you how fast you had it.
55.
That was it.
Yeah, and that's all the faster it'll go.
Do I
It's
believe
governed
that? Do I believe? Oh, it's governed
by my wife.
Oh! Does she drive it?
She rides in it. This is her favorite car, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, she really likes it.
Pretty cool. Mark, thanks for showing us your car. I'm glad I tracked you down, and this is really
Next time
neat.
you Salem, get a hold of me.
So we could call this a clone then, right?
Yeah.
A reproduction.
A reproduction.
Okay. That's I wasn't sure if it was a real one or what. You don't see those. You never see
There's
the
real
cheetahs.
ones out there, but
Yeah.
not too many of them
Yeah, and they're
left.
probably worth a ton too.
Oh gosh, yeah, but they're not worth as much as a Cobra.
Oh no. You know, a Cobra has a good racing history
Oh,
too.
there's
You
no
know.
doubt. Carroll Shelby's was the man.
I don't know if these have any. They have a racing history, but a winning racing history.
Winning, no, that's what brings up the value in a lot of cars. I mean, but someday, maybe GM will come out with another car.
You know, because I'm the youngest member of the Street Scene Power Hour, I seem to get the jobs where nobody else wants. So I've caught up with Jason, and I wanted to ask him, what do you think about the car show? All right, what do you think about the car you're under? What do you think about your new movie Halloween coming out? All right, buddy, thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. Armstrong Street Scene Power Hour.
Larry Higginbotham from Champion, Warren, Ohio area.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Good. Nice day.
Yes, beautiful day. You know,
Yes.
the past couple of days it's been raining and everything. They got lucky. Got
Yes.
lucky today.
You're right.
Got lucky. And we're standing in front of what? A 1974 Mustang. What class is this?
Funny car.
Funny car.
Nostalgia funny car.
Nostalgia funny car. This thing's awesome.
It's bad car.
Yeah, bad car.
Yeah.
So tell me about, you got a nice racing career behind you, right?
Yes, we ran Pro Mod for 20 years. And go ahead.
What's the Pro Mod? So people don't know what Pro Mod is. What's Pro Mod?
We had a 57 Chevy that we ran for a while. It was blown, ran about 3,000 horsepower. Then we ran a 2015 Corvette. It was about 3,500 horsepower. We ran the 8th mile in 3 seconds at 205 miles an hour. Yeah.
The 8th mile.
In an 8th mile. That's pretty fast.
Yeah. How about the quarter mile? You ever do a quarter mile on those?
It'll be about 580 at 250 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In a door car with a suspension. Yeah.
So this is a step up?
Faster.
It's faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is around 5,000 or 6,000 horsepower.
5,000 or 6,000.
1,000, yes.
You're on a rocket then here,
Yes,
huh?
yes,
I love when you guys say, well, we launch here, you know.
Yes.
So what do we got here? What kind of engine we have here?
It's a Hemi, Alan Johnson.
Okay.
It's only about 520 cubic inch, but the horsepower comes from the nitro.
Okay.
Nitro is really volatile, and but it makes it run. Yeah, makes it run.
Does it kick in automatically, or do you have to kick it in?
Well, when we're sitting on a line and I put the pre-stage on, I turn on the full nitro right there, and then you can tell the car's really mad and it's ready to go.
It's ready to
really
go.
mad.
And you got and it takes you how long to get to 8th mile?
In this,
Yeah.
probably 340, 50 at 210 mile an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about the G-forces? How many G's you pulling in?
3.5.
3.5. Is that still?
That's probably as much as a jet when you guys take off in a jet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how fast it
You
is.
got to get used to something like that, huh? You just don't go
it's
in.
cool.
Huh?
It's cool.
Is it cool?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're strapped
Yeah.
in and everything, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're really strapped in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what kind of? Okay, let's go in the front here.
Sure.
This is your fuel tank.
Yes.
What kind of fuel are you using that?
It's alcohol with nitro.
Okay.
Yeah. And we burn probably 8 or 9 gallons in a quarter mile.
What's a gallon cost you?
$18.
$18 a gallon. And where do you get something like that at?
Well, you have to get a license. For the government for it's what do you call it? Homeland Security.
Yeah.
They have to give you a license to buy that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then do you order it and it comes
Yes.
in the mail or something?
No, you order it. Comes on a truck.
Well, how much are you buying at a time?
Two 55-gallon barrels.
2 55-gallon barrels.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
dangerous. That's more potent than regular gasoline.
Oh
Obviously.
my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be really careful.
Yes.
So how about when you guys fill these things up? What do you do? Anything special?
No, we have to. I don't know if you know what a hydrometer is.
Not really.
But a
huh?
hydrometer figures out how much alcohol you got mixed with the nitro.
Yeah.
And then you have to, like today, we're going to run 82% nitro because at 88%, that's on kill, and you really get the horsepower. Today, we only run it like 80, 82 probably, and nothing will blow up. But you know what I mean? So, but you have to mix it. It's pretty complicated how you mix it. You have to mix it right, too.
Sounds like it. Speaking of blowing up, when we look at the engine here, these things are strapped in, right?
Yes.
So I remember when I was growing up, they would blow up and go right through everything, right?
Yes.
They would fly and everything.
Yeah.
So that, years for a safety product, right? That's basically what this is. It straps it in and it won't go anywhere.
Supposedly. That's the story. But it'll go.
You ever have that happen to you?
Yeah. Yeah. I've wrecked five Pro Mods. Rolled them.
Rolled them.
Huh?
You rolled them.
Yeah.
You come out all right, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shakes you up, but.
Yeah. Yeah, it slows you down a little bit, and then you're ready to go.
Yeah. That would scare you.
But when you're going that fast, it's like skating on ice.
Yeah.
The car's all over the place.
Yeah. You can't do anything. You're just strapped in and hanging.
Point it.
What do you do when, like, say you're rolling the car? What do? You just automatically pull your arms in, or?
No, it feels like it goes on forever. In other words, when you wreck a car, it just seems like when's it going to stop?
Right.
You know what I mean? But it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 10 seconds or whatever, 15 seconds.
No, it don't go that long.
Not
Probably
that long?
2 or 3, but seems like a long time when you're rolling over or something. You know what I mean?
Say, if you were to mess up this body here, where would you get another body at?
You can get them in Indiana.
Okay. Oh, so they make them like this, and they just order.
The guy sells them there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Larry. Thank you very much for showing us your rod here. This thing's interesting as heck, I'll tell you. You're basically sitting on a missile here, you know.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was the fastest you ever had this thing?
This one?
Yeah.
I think it was like 3.8 seconds at probably 190, 200.
Okay.
But I've only got like 7 passes on it. My Pro Mods, we ran 3 seconds at 200 mile an hour all the time.
So what? The Pro Mods are faster?
No.
No, this is the fastest class. Yeah.
Yes. Once we get going, we just haven't got it fine tuned yet. You know what I mean? In fact, we went to a mag from the distributor, and that's got 44,000 volts. The other one's got 20,000.
Wow.
They'll give us some more horsepower and help us tune easier and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Larry, thanks for showing us your car here. This is beautiful, interesting. I'm not too familiar with this stuff at all. It's just interesting to talk to someone that does this all the time.
Well, you have to come back and listen to a run. It's a bad machine.
You're gonna fire it up later?
1:30.
Okay.
Hi everybody, Larry Ward, Street Scene Power Hour at Spooktacular at Springfield Local High School. Just a terrific event, a bunch of different cars. We found a very special one. Joining us right now is Anthony Mazzacco. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Now, your car, I saw it coming in, doesn't have a roof. So it was good you didn't drive it yesterday. So tell us a little bit about it.
It's a 1925 Model T, as much original as I can keep it. I've had it for about 9 months now. Supposedly came somewhere out of a field, went through a couple different hands before I got it. But when I saw it, I bought it. We're gonna drive it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I did see it coming in. It looked like it was going in just fine, backed up just fine. Now, what are some of the either repairs or modifications or improvements that you've made over the years?
Basically, I'm just trying to keep it safe on the road. Some new spokes, of course, in the wheels since they're wood and they deteriorate. Just the usual grease fittings, bushings. I've really done nothing to the motor. It's been running, and I'm just trying to keep it running.
You know, surprisingly, trying to find a part for a 10 or a 12-year-old motorcycle becomes different. But trying to find a part for a car like this isn't quite as difficult with the internet and some aftermarket manufacturers. Tell us about some of the sources you've got the parts from.
My main source is Snyder's in New Springfield, local. I don't have to wait in the mail. I just go out there and it's like AutoZone. They just go and get it off the shelf, and I'm good to go.
What do you envision as far as keeping the car and any kind of improvements or that you might want to do?
Yeah, well, my boys, they won't let me touch it. They want to keep it just as it is. So my thoughts were maybe a hot rod down the road, but I don't know. We're going to keep it running original as is, and we'll go from there.
We're going to do something a little different today. We did this down in Salem a couple of years ago, but this is really nice. We're going to do an old semi. Robert Singo, how's it going?
Going fine. How's it with you?
What a nice day, huh?
It sure is.
Beautiful day out here, and just ready. And we got a bunch of semis here today.
Yeah, you do.
And we said Robert was over there saying, "Hey, come on, interview me." No, he was trying to run away from us. That's what he was doing. And what do we have here?
It's a 2001 Peterbilt. Its original was a Don Snyder truck, and I don't know how long I had it. I'm going to say at least 10 years, something like that. And we completely went through it and redid it.
This is amazing. I've never sat in one before, but it's more comfortable than my living room chair, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's really, this style truck is really to accommodate the driver. You got your table, refrigerator, bed, and it just, plenty of room in there. You can just sack out when you want to.
Sure looks like it. It's very nice. And you restored this whole thing then?
Yeah, it was sent. I personally didn't know. I had a guy do it for me.
Okay.
And it turned out really nice. Doug, that is in charge of this here today, is the one that lettered it up for us. Did a tremendous job.
Yeah. So what do you haul? Just anything?
Last 6 years, I'm on a contract deal with Snap-on Tool.
Okay.
I haul the steel to them, which they make their sockets, their pliers, screwdrivers, all kind of stuff. They're playing up in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And I really enjoy doing it.
Sure. Are you ever, I always thought this, are you ever empty when you're on the road?
Yes, I am.
Yeah? That's not good, is it?
Well, yes and no. In wintertime, no. The weight you have on there helps you keep control of it better.
Right.
But even with weight on, you get one of them sliding in the winter.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
They're out of control.
Yeah.
And people, if they know how dangerous these things are, they'd stay the heck away from them.
Yeah, I try to stay away from them. You know, a couple of weeks ago, a girlfriend and I went up to Geneva on a lake for Thunder on, what was it called? Thunder on the Lake, I think it was called. Thunder on the Strip. And I passed a couple of these on my motorcycle, and oh my God, I was like hanging on for dear life. And I try to get away from you guys, believe me.
Well, a lot of the drivers in these trucks today aren't like the older boys.
Mm-hmm.
They, you know, you can tell by this. I have a lot of respect for the truck and different things. And you get going up and down the road, or you walk into a truck stop or whatever, you can see who really takes pride in their job or whatever.
You guys are just like car guys. You love your hobby. It's like a hobby, but you live in it basically.
Is. I've been doing this for 50 years.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think you were 50 years old there.
How much is this going to cost me?
Give me that extra 20 there, Robert.
Oh,
this is a beautiful truck, I'll tell you. So what do we have under the hood?
It's a 600 Cummins.
So when you're saying Cummins, that's the company.
That's the motor in it. You got Cats, Cummins, Detroit's, Mercedes-Benz or whatever, but this has a Cummins motor.
I'm used to hearing Cummins like in Dodge trucks and stuff like that.
Well, it's basically
the same company.
The same company, but a bigger motor is what it is.
The 600 means what?
It's 600 horsepower to the flywheel.
Okay.
And then it trickles down. I'm just guessing you're probably right around 5 to the ground.
Okay.
Or whatever. But you know, it's a beautiful truck, beautiful to handle.
So what is it? A straight 6, 8?
It's a straight 6.
It's a 6.
Right.
With how many turbos?
Just one.
One turbo.
Right. And there's the guy who originally had the truck.
Oh,
right
Don.
there.
That's our buddy. Don's a friend of the show. Of course, he's been here a number of times. He did a nice job on that, huh?
Beautiful.
Yeah, sure did. I'll tell you, this is great. Well, we're not used to doing trucks.
If it wouldn't be for this man here, I'd never have this truck. He's a good boy.
He's been a big mentor to a lot of people, believe me, in the car world and truck world. And sounds good, guys. This is really neat. Really neat. You got anything new we could see in your collection?
I got a few new cars.
What do you think, Greg, huh? Is he going to invite us down again?
Anytime, you just give Doug a call.
Okay. Nice. Sounds good. We just got done interviewing Robert here with his Peterbilt, and I'm not too familiar with these things. I did sit in it, and I was kind of amazed with it. You know, and this is a 20-year-old one, too.
2001.
Yeah, so it's 20 years old, 21 years old.
All his personal trucks, he suckered onto me.
Say is, wow.
What a nice day, huh?
I know, what a nice day, and what a turnout. They filled this whole parking lot up.
And we're talking, this is almost the middle of October, and it's just beautiful out here.
Yeah, well, that's why, have you noticed the trend now? It seems like the car shows, bike shows are going longer now.
Yeah.
You know, you used to, by the end of, the beginning of September, you were done. We're in October here.
Yeah, sometimes we could be snowing this time of the year, you know?
So generally, this is the last car show of the year that we street scene films and that.
Generally, no. We're usually wrapped up in September.
Sure.
So we're also extending our season too because, why not?
We had kind of a mixed up schedule this year. We had something down, then we weren't sure what was going to go on, and then we just threw this schedule together.
Yeah.
What comes to one thing, if you guys are interested in us attending your event,
Yeah. And we're also doing podcasts, so
where can those be seen?
Yep, we can do those on anything on Buzzsprout. That's where our podcasts are. Any of your podcast media, iHeartMedia, Any of we're on all the platforms pretty much.
YouTube,
so
we got them on Facebook.
Look up Street Scene Power Hour, and you can get the past episodes, and we're doing them every 2 weeks.
In fact, we're looking for some guests on that too, some car-related guests.
We're always looking for people.
Yeah.
So
let me take an opportunity to thank both of you for inviting me to be on the show this year and to include the motorcycle show, the Power Hour. So it's a nice combination of motorcycles and cars. Really appreciate being on the show all year.
Well, that's
no more English guys, okay?
English.
Yeah, like the last guy we had, Neil.
Neil Bailey.
I don't know if you've seen the podcast. Neil Bailey's he's an English background. He's got this sexy English voice, and I go,
you can say that for yourself, Flick. Didn't do anything for me.
The girls love that, though. I got a buddy who's English, and Beth is always going, oh, what did I see that?
Well, we wanted to get Larry on. We wanted the motorcycle realm. Larry's been living and breathing motorcycles and anything like that his entire life, and with his expertise in doing 21 years of
570 WKBN's two-wheel power.
And you know what? You've had some very interesting guests on this year, and I see myself. I hear, okay, motorcycles. I don't know much about them. And then we start talking to these people, and I'm going, it's pretty good. I like it.
Well, are we going to continue the podcast? Because I had gotten a hold of a guy that went coast to coast on his bike over a month. In 2 weeks, I told him I'd get him on the show, but we still doing that, or are we done?
We're doing the show.
No, we're doing podcasts. We're not stopping that one. Every 2 weeks, we're done. This is wintertime coming up. We don't want to, when you see this, I already have a plan for this. You'll be seeing this in December, so.
And also, we're doing Street Scene Plus, okay?
Yep.
Greg and I will feature a car, like a 4 or 5 minute feature, and that's really neat, too. If you want us to feature your car, get in touch with us.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You won't be on it. We'll talk about your car, and then we'll talk about you too.
We don't care about you. Let's talk about your car or your motorcycle.
Talk about the car.
Armstrong
motorcycle too. Sure.
ArmstrongStreetScene@gmail.com. We're gonna do Street Scene Pluses. Email a couple pictures, some info about your motorcycle or car. We'll get you on, and we're gonna do that through the winter since we won't be taping any of these.
Right. That's always fun.
We're gonna have. I'm gonna start recording some how-to segments. Larry. Maybe we can get you doing some how-to segments.
This is fun. I like doing the Street Scene Plus. I do a lot of research on it, and then you put it all together, and then you just do it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, run down our season for us.
That's why I got my notes here.
I know.
Like, what the heck? I'd
That's
forget.
what happens with the memory.
In fact, I had to sit down when I wrote this. I said, what was it we did this year? So we started out probably one of my favorite shows ever is at Built in Butler, okay? In Harmony, Pennsylvania. And if you haven't seen that, go to YouTube and check it out. It's really a cool show. I think we should win a Telly Award on that one. It's like all the museum about the cars that were built in Butler, Pennsylvania. And I really enjoyed that. It was just something
That's
nice.
also the home of the Pullman cars at one time.
The Pullman ones?
Yeah. Pullman, which was a railroad car. It was a top-of-the-line passenger car that the presidents and stuff would take and go coast to coast when the rail lines were situated like that. The Pullman cars.
Didn't know that.
No,
they didn't even mention that down there.
I think it was the Warner Brothers also were in Butler, PA, and started the movie theater business.
Newcastle.
They started in Newcastle.
I did know that one.
Newcastle. It's not far from Newcastle.
Yep. But well, speaking of Newcastle, we did a show there too.
Yeah, we went to Niles after that.
Yep.
And
that was a good one.
That was a good one. That was like, what was it, the Dragon Fest or the Thunder? What was that? Dragon
Thunder something.
Yeah,
and I can't remember.
That was like our first show of the year, and I was so excited. Everybody was excited to get out because of COVID. It was just a fun show.
That was pretty much the first show to get out of COVID.
Yeah.
So of all the situation in that. So and next.
We had our show, Street Scene Car and Bike Show, which was a great success this year.
Yeah.
Huge. We just had so
right
much.
around the ring,
and
then worked out real good. Hi, Adam.
Yeah. It was supposed to rain. It was supposed to rain all day there or something, and then nothing. It
cleared right up. We were lucky.
And we had Krista co-hosting, which is always fun. She's excellent.
She knows her stuff, and that was the first time at Austin Town Park, and we were going back.
That is nice. That's really nice there.
It was perfect.
It was like so hot there, but you were on the grass and
Didn't
everything.
matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. We had a band there. We had Thomas John.
Look forward next year.
Sure. And then we went back to the 50s. Newcastle.
My old stomping grounds. I
First
love
time I've ever been there. It was a blast.
Yeah. That is really nice setting.
Nice venue. You're down on a bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of down in a little ravine, but really cool, nice area. I love back to the 50s, always have.
Did what after that?
What did we do?
I know we did the Columbiana one.
Yeah, we did Rooster Rally.
Rooster Rally.
Weren't you guys in Sharon?
Not this year.
No.
Well, I did that. That's my show. That's my Father's Day car show.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, he's getting pretty high up in that organization, right?
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah.
I'm a car guy. Everything I do is cars.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know, you see me sometimes. You don't see me talking. You start talking cars. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm all over it. I don't know much, but I like to talk to car guys and car people.
Yeah.
Hey, we were down in Columbiana too.
Yep.
That was a very nice show.
That was
very hot.
Yeah, it was a hot show, but down at Firestone Farms, and that is a great venue. They built that. That was, again, if you remember Columbiana and the Firestone Farms, it was just a cornfield. They built houses. They built this beautiful facility down there with movies and a little old-looking town with a lot of shops and restaurants, and they had the show there, and it packed the house, and it was great.
Yeah. Please let us know if you want us to come to your event, record your event. I got a couple right now. I'll throw it. Greg and I put it together. We'll throw it at each other and see which one sticks. And we got the car show, Street Scene Car and Bike Show. It's going to be in August again?
Yeah, end of July. Same
July?
Sunday, third Sunday in July. July 25th. I don't remember what the Sunday is.
Keep that in mind.
But yeah, that's coming again. And we're going to have Vegas back. We're having Thomas John back.
Good.
And we're going to have a great old
usually
time.
we have Krista back.
Exactly. So
There's our buddy Mickey filming us.
yeah, we got people filming us instead of us filming us.
That's it.
Yeah, whatever that means.
You know, I'm really sad today. This is like our last show of the season, and it's been such a great season. Everybody's been so happy to be out and having fun with the cars and just seeing all their friends again. Like last year, we didn't see anybody. Anybody. It was very few. We did one or two shows last year.
I love doing the show, but I'm kind of glad. I'm tired of editing. I sit and edit. This is a 2-hour show. I sit there and edit for 20 hours. I'm tired.
You know what, Greg? This is why the show looks so good, because Greg sits down and spends time editing it. Okay, and everybody goes, Rick, you do such a good job. It's not me. It's Greg. Greg is the main guy behind the show, and he puts it all together and makes it look good.
A lot of hours in editing. Put the music on, graphics. It's
not wham bam like some people see it on TV. It's not like
it's not the YouTube type stuff that you put on and people. No, we put a lot of hours in it. All of us put a lot of hours into this. The podcast, finding the guests, the podcast, and doing all this, and we love to do it. It's more for the love of doing it than for anything else.
Right.
So
this is what I live for. Around cars, car people, anything cars. I live for. Larry lives for bikes. He loves the bikes.
I do.
Yep.
All my life.
Yep. All right. Well, I tell you what. Thanks for the great season. Watch December. We're gonna have the marathon again. It's not Christmas. It is the December street scene.
You got it.
I don't care. No more Christmases. It's December street scene. So, for Rick Herrera, Larry Ward, I'm Greg Roten. We'll see you down the road.